Hello, Wiffle Nation, and welcome to another episode of the Huntington Wiffle League podcast, episode 18. We're legal. I'm your host, Josh Smith, former commissioner. With me is the new leader, our new and faithful leader, Patrick Rail, and our producer, Jeremy Litton. I was calling Jeremy Ray. Sorry, man.
You jerk.
Sorry. My mistake. I only know like two Jeremys, and I messed it up. All right. Our last episode got a lot of people talking, and there was a lot of questions. We're going to be addressing a lot of those in this episode. But first things first, we have a date for the Hallowiffle tournament this fall. Take it away, Patrick.
Yes, the Hallowiffle tournament date has been set. It is going to be Saturday, October 8th, 2016, at the St. Cloud Commons Fields in Huntington, West Virginia. That will still be announced on our Facebook page at Hallowiffle on Facebook. The charity is still the Cabell Huntington Hospital Hoops Children's Hospital with the Cabell Huntington Hospital Foundation. Any information you want, please go to our Facebook page at Hallowiffle on Facebook.
Okay, but that's in the fall. So the number one question everyone keeps asking us is, when is this season starting, Patrick? When is it starting? When is the first tournament?
The first tournament will be April 17th. Of course, that's a Saturday. So that will be the very first tournament. But to get a taste of how that's going to go and give us a chance to work out any kinks we have, answer any questions that are still out there, we will be doing a preseason tournament March 27th.
All right, sounds good. So the preseason tournament, is there a cost for each team to play in that?
There is no cost at all. It's going to be completely free. Like I said, it helps us get the kinks out, lets us roll around, figure out what we need to do, and answer any rule questions that are out there.
Okay, so free wiffle ball is good, especially for people trying to get in and understand the rule books. So what's in it for the winner? What does the winner get if it's for free?
Whoever wins that first tournament will have their first real tournament, the April 17th tournament, taken care of. They will not have to pay an entry fee into that tournament. So there is money up from grabs from the get-go, even the preseason tournament.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so everyone's asking a bunch of questions. We're kind of in new territory here. We have a totally different format. Everything's changing. So there's just a few questions we want to address that are very popular questions. The first question is, people don't really seem to understand what lob pitching is. We're not underhand pitching. It's overhand lob pitching. Patrick, can you please clarify what we mean when we say lob pitching?
Lob pitching, it has to have a positive arc, meaning that when the ball is released, it is going to go up in the air a certain height. It can't go straight. It can't be a zip pitch. But the speed and everything is going to vary depending on the pitcher. So, I mean, really the speed isn't going to be watched as much as does the pitch have a positive arc on it.
Okay, so it has to come up and come down. You can't pitch on a line. A slider is not going to be really accepted. A hard slider, you're going to want a curveball is going to be fine.
Can it have a negative pitch to it, such as a underhand throw?
No.
Underhand's permitted, but I mean, it's not going to be very effective.
Well, the tournament's overhand lob.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to stick to that rule.
Yeah.
Or, everybody's in debate. I mean, everybody loves the debate. So, we're going to stick to no underhand pitching. It has to be overhand.
Fine.
I can't pitch underhand for shit. So, I mean, overhand's just easier for me. But one thing we don't have that some other leagues have, because it's real hard to measure, if you'll pardon the pun after I say this, it's just like some people say, oh, you can't pitch more than 20 feet in the air. I'm like, first of all, if you're throwing pop-ups, you're not going to hit the zone. And how are we supposed to measure that? How am I supposed to go, that's over 20 feet? I have no way of definitively knowing that. So you can throw the ball as high as you deem fit, unless circumstances in the future force us to make a ruling on that. But as of now, you can throw as high as you see necessary. But from like 35 feet away or something like that, you're not going to be able to throw it very high and hit the zone at the same time.
And we had another question from Paul Akers from Huntington, West Virginia. He was wanting to know what pitcher's poison was. Josh, can you explain that?
It's a very good question.
Bless you, Josh.
Yes, thank you. Pitcher's poison, just if we can just start from, let's say you know nothing about it. That's a little easier, unless you're an existing player and you want me to build on it. So I'm just going to start from scratch. Pitcher's poison, in the middle of the field at the pitcher's mound, there's a circle encompassing the mound. That is the pitcher's poison circle. That serves as the throw to first in baseball in our version of the game. So any fielder that throws the ball to someone inside the pitcher circle and they catch the ball and maintain possession of the ball before the batter crosses first base, that results in an out.
But what about a pop-up that's hit to the third baseman and he gets back to the pitcher before the guy that's on first gets back to first?
Pitcher's
first out?
Poison does not pertain to tagging up runners. To get a tag up runner, you must either tag the base that they need to go back to or peg them off the base.
Now, it's called pitcher's poison, but is the pitcher the only one that's allowed to be in the mound catching the ball?
No, it's just like first base. Anybody could go to they can either run it to the circle, as long as you have one appendage, a foot, an arm, an elbow, something, touching the line of the circle or inside, maintain possession of the ball before that batter crosses first, that is an out. Now, what also confuses a lot of people is how it gets the lead runner. That's something that a lot of people had trouble with last year. So let's say you have a runner on first and second, you're up the bat, you hit the ball. The ball gets back to pitcher's poison before you get the first base. The lead runner in that situation, which would be the runner going from second to third, would be out and you would remain safe. All the attention goes to the runner going to first base, just like it does in baseball. But to make things interesting, to keep the scores down, especially since we're a lob tournament format, we have to get the lead runner. Now, if there's no one on base, obviously it's the play at first. But if bases are loaded, you don't get the first base before the ball gets back to pitcher's poison, guess what? You didn't score a run. Exactly. The lead runner. And if you don't have, if let's say you got runners on the corners, the situation in that event would be the lead runner that's forced to run. So the runner from going from first to second will be the one that's out if you don't get the first base. If it's something that's kind of confusing, seeing it in action a couple of times really clears it up. So it's a great opportunity. If you're having issues with that rule or some other rules, come to the free tournament March 27th and see it in action.
Sounds good. Riley from Gallipolis, Ohio, wants to know what happens when a pitcher pitches more than 4 balls. How do you take a walk in wiffle ball? Is essentially the question.
In this format, I don't think we have walks, do we?
No walks.
Yeah, there's no walks.
Not an overhand lob.
So I can't walk 500 miles?
No.
Walk 500 more?
No walking in this tournament. No walking allowed.
I do think that maybe there should be a limit of how many balls I can throw before the team has to take them out and replace them.
What do you mean?
Since there's no walks, you could literally throw to the same batter for a long time. Some leagues have rules to where, like, if you walk so many people or you throw so many balls in a row, you have to not pitch anymore.
Yeah, if a pitcher's not hitting the strike zone after, if he's pitched, what?
If you pitch like 16 balls in a row, I think you got to go.
Yeah.
But so far, there's nothing on the books saying that. I mean, there is no strategy to throwing that many balls. I mean, I don't think it's going to be an issue because you can't walk anybody. You're not going to be intentionally walking somebody to get to the next batter with no walk. So I think it kind of removes.
So could we do walking if, let's say, it just gets ridiculous at like 15 and they've actually tried to swing? Or...
I don't think that's going to be the case because, I mean, they got to throw something that the batter's going to swing at because there's no other way for it to end.
Okay.
Besides strikeout.
Here's the main one that we get asked. Are we going away from a competitive league?
Well, I mean, it depends on what your definition of competitive is. I mean, I've been to fast pitch tournaments, I've been to medium pitch tournaments, and I've gone to slow pitch tournaments. They're all just as competitive. It's just the glory's in fast pitch is what it is, in my opinion. I just think that people are a lot more excited by fast pitch because it reminds you of what? It reminds you of baseball. Baseball reminds you of what? Something you may not have been good enough to continue a career in because, the respect is given to the fastest, the strongest, and all that. So I think it's just more of along the lines of what you consider competitive, but I don't feel that a slow pitch format is any less competitive as a fast pitch format.
Josh, will I have enough victories in this format to make victories life, like my mantra again?
I will only say this. I'll say that the scales have been balanced between teams at this format more than what has ever been with our old format.
Well, yeah, you can have a super team in this format, which is why we went away from the star system with this format. And it doesn't really give you much of a competitive advantage other than you might hit more home runs. But, I mean, you still have to go out there and win. You still have to get lucky. I mean, the other team could come out on fire. And, I mean, that first inning in this format is crucial. You get out to a big enough lead, you're just kind of coasting to the finish line.
Getting first blood is very important. That's really the only strategy of note that I've noticed was effective in this new format. But what you said, to echo and piggyback with what you said before when you first started on your tangent, was you could have a stacked team and it not matter. Case in point was sit on my base in the Hallowiffle tournament.
Yeah.
Arguably had the strongest known roster. A lot of people were unknowns coming this league, but you can kind of size people up during a round robin tournaments or just looking at them. It's like, that is not an athletic person, but I didn't follow. I don't have the box scores or anything like that. But ultimately, Sit on Base got this championship. It didn't win. They lost to a team of unknowns.
They went undefeated in pool play.
Yeah,
they were the strongest team coming out of pool play. I mean, it was between them and the Whifflers. Whifflers were out of a lesser pool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they weren't out of a strong pool. So they kind of got the advantage in the seeding. But Sit on My Base beat the team that ended up beating them in the championship game. And I mean, that's a huge statement to this format. You could win one game, but you're not guaranteed to go undefeated.
It really it's a mixed bag. I mean, you don't know what to expect.
And that's the question that really gets me angry, because you have to try to bring more people in every year. I mean, if you're a business, you don't want to just stay with the same customers over and over. You want to reach out to new customers. And the best way to reach out to new customers / players in wiffle ball is to make it seem like it's not as hard.
Yeah.
I mean, we do know that lob pitching isn't as hard to hit, but the strategies that will be brought up during the season, during these tournaments, at a different level. So, I mean, if you have more experience, obviously you're going to do well, but it kind of levels the field for that first-year team.
Yeah, anybody can hit a ball if it's coming at you the same velocity every time, but it's a God-given talent. You can either throw an 80-mile-an-hour fastball with a wiffle ball, or you can't.
Yeah.
Trust me, believe me, I tried. I've spent the past 3 seasons trying to improve, both in terms of accuracy and velocity. You either got it or you don't, and there's a big, just spectrum of talent. And the way things were going with our old format, we were getting less and less teams, and those teams were consolidating into super teams. Mm-hmm. And if you were on that team,
it was great.
If you were on the team, it was great. But if you weren't, I mean, the benefit of being on a good team was coming at the expense of all the other teams. Yeah. That's not something I want to be a part of, and that's something that, like it or not, a lot of other people were not going to be a part of. And there was nobody from the outside looking in that was going to be interested in that sizably enough to keep the league as it was going. Obviously,
I have a question for you.
Yes.
March 27th.
Yeah.
How much are you looking forward to that?
I can't wait. I mean, the Hallowiffle tournament, I feel like I've already played in this league already, because we're not going to be changing a whole lot format-wise from what I'm understanding from the tournament. I can't wait. I mean, I don't know how many people are going to be showing up. We're not having as many existing players so far that we know of returning, but it being free, some people might blood it off, but the possibility of playing for free in the first actual tournament could be appealing to some people. So, and we'll get to sort of rough out the smooth out the rough edges there with anybody that's got any questions or anything. I mean, and since they don't have to register or anything, anybody new can just show up individually and just screw around for a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something that I really want people to take advantage of instead of just like, oh, we got spring training, like 15 people maybe show up. I'd like 25, 30 plus people there, and really just pick some teams gym class style and roll.
Just go.
Yeah.
And I mean that's like we said, that's coming March 27th. We will have a podcast before March 27th.
Where are we playing this year? Are we still playing the same spot?
We're still playing at Miller Elementary, Miller Memorial Park, whatever it's called. The same location we were at last year.
Corner of 12th Avenue and 7th Street, or 7th Street and 12th Ave, or
7th Street and 12th Ave,
yeah.
I believe. I'm not sure.
Yes, that's it.
Yes, that's it.
12th and 7th. I might have the street and
but
it's on the website.
That is on the website. That's on the Facebook page also, and we will be making this announcement on the Facebook page with the dates. Come out, give it a try. I mean, we're just asking if you're a past player and you're sitting there, saying this isn't worth it. Just come out and give it a try. Talk to us face to face about it. We'd love to sit down and have a chat. I know that a lot of people feel betrayed by what we did. We changed it right underneath their feet. We apologize for that. I apologize as commissioner. I'm sorry. But this was for the betterment of the league.
Can we get you saying that one more time?
I am sorry. We might have, should have, could have, would have, whatever, done something different. We didn't.
Can I say something? I'm not sorry.
I mean, I understand.
I'd like to undermine your sorry right away.
I do understand both sentiments, but maybe we should have talked to him about it. Maybe we should have had an open discussion. This was a curveball. Nobody saw coming, except me. I was the architect of the plan. I'm now looking like Darth Vader of the Huntington Wiffle Ball League. But just come out and talk to us. Come out, try it, talk to us.
I see Morse Kylo Ren. Just letting you know.
And
here's my, if I can interject for just a moment. Here's something that I would like to challenge people who are on the opposition side of this to think about. If the people who run the league are unable to meet at such a frequency, then the league is dead.
Yes.
So isn't it better to have an incarnation of some type of this league alive and operating than it dying? I mean, you have to adapt in this world, just at your job or home. This is, to a certain extent, about more than wiffle ball. So I will digress a bit, but what were we supposed to do? Say, oh, well, we can't do that? I guess we're just going to stop.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. The most misconception about why we did this isn't that we aren't a competitive league. I don't think anybody really deep down thinks that. I think that they see it as us not wanting to put in the effort of a 10-week schedule, every Tuesday, weekly thing.
Yeah. A lot of people can't do that. I used to be upset with people for not committing to that, and now that I'm very busy, I'm insane forever expecting it from people. Well, I'm amazed we succeeded as much as we did.
I understand that. But I just want it to be known that everybody in this room right now, plus, I mean, we have maybe 10 players that want to be out there weekly.
Yeah.
And that's not even enough to fill a whole league.
Not 2 teams, no.
The commitment issues, you put those aside.
And when it rains, it just goes on and on and on. And during that time, not everybody's going to be able to play all the time. You got to have backup plans. Teams like the Breaking Balls, who are very good teams, they won it all, had attendance issues. And they were winning. They were the second most winningest team in the whole league last year. And when you're winning, do you not want to be there? They do, but they just couldn't. And the league overall is getting older. We're a 30-something league now. And we got stuff to do.
Don't remind me, Josh.
I agree with that. Let me try to finish my thought process on this. Because I think I can relate with the other. I mean, I am a younger player, but I think I can relate to some of the guys that are having issues with this. It's not that we don't want to be there every week. We want to. It's just from a business standpoint, keeping this league running. It is not on solid ground.
No.
And you could say you could bring in other teams. You could say that other people would have came. We haven't seen that for the past 2 years. We sat there and hung on to this idea that we were going to grow huge after fall ball. 2012?
Mm-hmm.
We didn't do it. 2013. We felt that after the 2014 season, we were going to grow.
They didn't.
We didn't.
8 is
it
it?
stayed the same. And it wasn't even 8. We
really
dragged
had
1
6 teams.
So the team that we dragged through the mud could never get that extra player on it because nobody had anybody that wanted to be there.
Or they'd come and get the shit kicked out of them because they're a new guy and they're going up against people who've been pitching for 3 years and they're just taking them behind the woodshed.
So I mean, the final thoughts. Let me finish. I'm trying to finish this thought process.
Fine, Patrick.
I know. The final thought on that.
It's like he's a commissioner or something.
Whoa, it's like we beat this dead horse forever.
We have beat this dead horse, but I'm trying to appeal to those people that feel like we have left them behind. We are not leaving you behind. We want you to be with us in this new stage. We feel like this new stage is going to help us grow greatly. More people are going to be able to come out once a month for this tournament. That's what we want. Please be with us. If you're not, I'm sorry. Good luck in your future endeavors. That's my last point on this. Josh.
If I can piggyback on one final thing I want to say about it before the horse is a soup. I'm reminded of Abraham Lincoln's House Divided speech. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do. I'm a history teacher.
Well, I have a history degree and a social studies degree. So, I mean, that reference may be lost on a lot of people, which is sad because that's a cornerstone speech of 19th century America, which is the most boring century in America. But basically the gist is, a house divided cannot stand. It's almost a biblical reference speech. But, I mean, I think that, there's some crucial people, some good players, some people that like to talk it up, some good recruiting players, possibly. Or have been in the past, aren't necessarily 100% on board with this new direction we're taking. Some of those people are probably going to see or have time to reflect and go, yeah, I'm going to get on board with that, or they want to see how it goes, and then they'll join on later, and that's fine. But I think that if a more permanent measure is taken of this faction of people to try to create something of their own, while we are doing this thing of our own, continuing the league in another incarnation, it increases the possibility of failure for both enterprises. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just, we're not stopping. We have the capital, we have the equipment, we have definitely the knowledge and the experience, we have the intel to make this happen. The scales are forever in our favor in this. That sounds arrogant, but I'm just being truthful here. If you want to get together and play, do that, but support us too as well, please, because it's because of us and this league as it is and run by the people that are running it that you're playing this in the first place. So try to, for perspective purposes, you can do both, but we can't do both.
Yeah,
you understand? I mean,
and I think that's a good place to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll go on a lighter side of the top African Americans playing the Huntington Wolfball League.
Woohoo! Won't they play with us? Now that we're back, since it's February, we could have taken the easy way out and done a Valentine's bit, but we're not going to. Instead,
Actually, I prefer to call it Singles Awareness Day. Josh.
You're unfucking believable, Jeremy. Anyway, Black History Month. Every February we do this. And we're in West Virginia. We're known for our diversity. So right now we are going to have a countdown of the best African American players to play in our league. And we only have one. So drum roll, please. And the winner, number 1, best African American wiffle ball player in the Huntington Wiffle Ball League is
DJ Twin, my brother. That's it. That's the only black player.
And welcome to our all-new lightning round. In this part of the podcast, Patrick and Josh will debate important topics that are relevant to your life. The rules are: 1, I, the moderator, Jeremy Litton, give the topic. 2, they will have 30 seconds each to answer for a total of 60 seconds before I stop them at the end of 30 seconds. Of course, both have to give relevant information upon each topic, not just attack ads. Looking at you, Mr. Commissioner, and...
No promises.
Oh, wait. Attacks are permissible as part of the rules. What am I talking about? Let's get this started. I'm going to start with the former Commissioner, Josh Smith, and then we will go with Patrick Rail. Our first topic, we will go with worst hotel stay. Let me begin the clock. Now, Mr. Former Commissioner.
Starting now? Okay, I stayed at a Red Roof Inn in Columbus about 4 years ago, and I had a sinus infection from when I went to the zoo and was sick, and I also got scabies from the hotel room. Also, our couch looked like it had shit stain on it, so that was pretty shitty. But mainly, I didn't get laid either the entire time we were there because we had scabies and we were scratching each other a lot. So, basically, yeah, that's the worst hotel stay I've ever had.
Time. Mr. Current Commissioner, it is your turn.
The worst hotel I ever stayed in. Me and Sarita were coming back from Columbus after 4th of July weekend. We stopped off in Chillicothe because we were both tired. There's absolutely nothing in Chillicothe except this hotel called America's Best Value. It's really cheap, except you had to rent the remote control for the TV. You had to put $5 down for this remote control. And then they asked us if we were paying hourly or not, looking at Sarita the whole time, thinking she was the hooker. I did have sex, though. But we both got tested afterwards.
Time. Next question. Mr. Commissioner, this one goes to you. We would like to know, who was your favorite teammate? Please begin.
My favorite teammate has to be Twin. For reasons that you're accusing me of, no. He actually got better as the season went on. He had a crucial hit that would have won us a game if there wasn't a horrible call. And he tried every single game.
That samurai swing was pretty legendary.
Yes. It was great.
My favorite teammate, Greg Sowards. I played on a team with him for close to 10 years before we even started this league, so I'm used to playing with him. I haven't played with him in a couple seasons now, but we always are very in sync. We strategize without even having to verbally acknowledge it. It's like a telekinesis thing. We're best friends too, so it really helps us out strategically as we play together on a team.
You were only off a team for 1 year.
Time. Next question. This goes to the former commissioner. Sir, you have been a harsh critic of the NWLA tournament. What changes would you make? And you are being timed now.
I just change everything. No, I would make first thing I would do is first pitch strikeout to get things moving along. No one likes walking. Anyone that likes walking is lame, and they're not playing the game for the right reasons. This ain't baseball. Small ball is one thing, but virtually advancing, like you're rolling dice or something to first base, is just petty and pathetic. I would not do regionals because they don't actually get more teams, and all it does is put stress on the teams that do participate to get people to commit for additional weekends.
Please stop.
Because of the negative connotation.
Mr. Commissioner, same question. Please answer honestly about the NWLA changes you would make. Your time starts now.
I think Josh is thinking small ball here. He's not really. He's wanting to change all these little stuff. I want to change something huge. The name. NWLA is lazy. It's just a bunch of letters. We need to have something that shows what it is.
Like numbers.
Like the greatest wiffle ball tournament for those who can travel and has people who can travel in a league.
Sir, your time is up.
I believe this moderator is biased. He doesn't know when I've been to the NAA tournament, and he won't let me finish my great
That's because
tournament
your time
name.
is up, sir.
Well, sometimes names
Penalty.
take a little longer than the time you give me.
1 point removed from you, sir.
You haven't even
All right,
kept score.
Josh, Mr. Former Commissioner, please answer the following
You
question.
got to answer the last question first. I want
who
this
is your
one.
toughest-
This is my question. This is my question to start with.
Who is your toughest wiffle ball opponent?
Well, I like that you asked him, but I'll go ahead and answer since it's my turn.
Sir,
It's
you are
my
out,
turn.
You're out of turn.
It's my turn.
You are out of
It's
turn.
my turn.
The liberal media is ruining this country.
Exactly.
I think when you talk about this, Obama is ruining this country.
The rules clearly stated that you're going to ask him a question first, then ask me for a rebuttal, and then the next question, I get asked first.
But
you did not ask me that question first. You went
but
to
you
him.
went over time.
The only thing that beats a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun.
You could.
After some quick thunder in the background, Mr. Rail, you do have the next question.
Thank you.
Damn right.
Please tell us your biggest regret in wiffle ball so far. Your time begins now.
Having you as a moderator for this debate.
You still have extra time.
You still have time.
Play music.
Then the time goes to Mr. Smith. You have an additional 20 seconds thanks to Mr. Rail's laziness.
Changing rules.
It's not in the rules. I'm just making it up as I go. All right, Mr.
Just changing
Smith.
rules.
Hey, we did it for the first season of this league. Get over it.
Now that
All right.
20 seconds is up, you only have 30 seconds.
Mr. Smith, you still have an additional 20 seconds.
20 seconds, like added to 30 seconds?
Yeah. You
How many seconds is that?
He took like a whole 9.9 seconds.
It's 50
to what he said.
seconds. Okay.
Okay, now that 20 seconds is gone.
Shut up.
Let's just go on to the 30 seconds.
Let's regroup. I'm going to talk now. Probably getting really involved in the NAA tournament. It sort of tarnished any, I don't want to say reputation or whatever I had with the football community on the national level. People weren't wanting to handle any criticism I put out there that came from a good place. I can be pretty harsh and critical, but nobody seemed to be willing to take that information, process it, and see, look in the mirror as far as the tournament goes. I know I'm out of time. I don't have. I have more time, so I just want to say, God bless America, and
This is some bull.
God bless America.
I'm getting cheated out of this debate.
God bless America.
Mr. Rail.
You asked
by
Josh
the way,
this question.
The time is now.
You asked Josh this question. It's Josh's question.
Josh. Well, I was actually calling you out to please shut up.
9/11 was an inside job.
Yes, it was. All right, Mr. Smith.
Black people get out and rock the vote.
Do you believe a first grader should be president given the state of the current election? Your time begins now.
It wouldn't be any worse than the people that are running for president already.
But given the constitutional basis of the qualifications to be president, they cannot fulfill the qualifications of being president because they have to be at least 35 years old. So no, they can't be.
But it's a hypothetical.
There is no hypothetical. I mean, if you're going to have a president, you still have to have a constitution. If you're not going to follow the hypothetical constitution, you can't have a hypothetical president that doesn't follow the requisites of being.
Okay, your time is up, and
God bless America.
Josh decided to lawyer up on me and go with constitutional law. Mr. Rail, same question. Would a first grader make a great president? Your time is now.
No. First graders still pee the bed. I mean, do we want somebody in there that can't hold their piss throughout the night? No, we don't.
Yeah, and it's just going to be milk and cookies, nanny state bullshit.
This is my question, Josh.
Nap time.
You already answered it.
Yes, Mr. Smith, I will deduct time from your next.
About time you jumped on it.
State-funded nap time.
About time you jumped on it.
Socialism.
But no, a first grader can't be president. That's a stupid question.
Well, you wrote it down. All right.
I did not. It was first order as president.
Oh.
It doesn't say first grader as president.
Hey,
That's an O. That is an O.
Can we? Yeah, I was like, where did that question come from? Can we answer the actual question?
Yes. So back to the real question. I assume now. As president, Mr. Smith, what would be your first order? So 30 seconds.
I would put a maximum term that a congressman can serve in office. I would say 2 terms, and then you can no longer be in that office. You have to do something else. Because the longer you're in there, the more corrupt you become. God bless America.
Okay, his time is over. Mr. Rail, you have an additional 10 seconds to add to your time.
Also, fuck you and suck my balls.
Mr. Rail, you may now begin.
I don't know how to follow that one up because that was my answer.
Hey, just to recap, I told you to fuck off and suck my balls.
Appreciate it.
Fuck my balls.
I'm not like my counterpart. I respect people's liberties. I'm not going to go rushing in there, throwing around executive orders all willy-nilly like Josh would do. I'm not like that. What I believe in are the core values to America. All right? They're my guns, they're my trucks, and they're my coal. All right? God bless America.
We did not answer the question.
Are there any further comments from anyone? You have 5 seconds, either one.
I know I said this already, but
All right, time's
fuck
up.
you and suck my balls.
So, how do you say the F word and then say God bless America?
Next.
I'm sorry, sir. All right.
God bless fucking America. That's
God bless America,
Okay.
except Patrick. Fuck him.
Next question, Mr. Rail. This one goes out to you first. Who is the best superhero in your opinion?
In my opinion, it could be Spider-Man. Spider-Man could be the best superhero because he could just go around, throwing his shit into girls' face and just like, just right in there, just webbing them right there every single time, like just yeah, and that would just make him the best superhero in my mind.
Okay, your time's up.
His spidey senses make the girls tingle.
Josh, Mr. Former Commissioner, you are a well-versed comic book geek from what I understand. Please answer the same question. Who is the best superhero? You may begin now.
I would say the easy answer is either Batman or Superman, but I'm going to try to go outside the box. I'm going to say Batwoman, based on the New 52 reincarnation of the universe. Kate Kane, she's a lesbian, but her father is an old army commander, and she's taught how to fight by him and works autonomously from Batman, who gives her the room to operate on her own, and she has all kinds of different cool storylines. It's awesome.
Okay, time is now up. Please understand, Patrick won that round because no one knows who Batwoman is. All right. In Wiffle
I don't
Ball,
remember what your answer was.
this goes
Spider-Man
to you.
jizzing in girl's face. That's what my answer was. Just to clarify.
Yes, we understand that.
Like that.
Well, we started with Mr. Smith last time. Mr. Rail.
No, we
No,
didn't.
you started with me last time.
Oh,
Moderator,
we
get the
Oh,
shit
that's right.
together.
Sorry about that. Mr. Smith, please answer the following first. Let's see. Who would be your... If you could pick anyone's celebrity sports figure, anyone.
Non-sports figure.
Yeah, it can't be a sports figure. That's what makes it interesting.
Okay, we will go with non-sports figure. Who would it be, sir? You have 30 seconds.
First of all, don't call me Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith is my father.
Sir, your time's
And my answer is Kanye West because he'd bitch about it later and it'd be funny.
That's what half the league does right now. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
He'd fit in.
Fit in?
Yeah.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Any additional thoughts? All right. He is done. Mr. Rail, you have an additional... well, I'll give you 7 seconds.
There's no additional time.
Oh, quiet you. We have 60 seconds per round.
I'd go with Marky Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be good.
I just love to play with him. I'd slap that ass.
May I remind you, he is a Red Sox fan and probably
I don't care.
unable to actually play.
I don't care if he's a Red Sox fan. He's look at his ass. Yeah, Marky Mark Wahlberg. That's who I'm going with.
Hey, you ever seen that video of that guy doing impressions of Mark Wahlberg? It's hilarious.
I have not.
Oh, that's awesome. You look it up.
Okay, your time is up. Okay. Final question, guys. We've been at this for a whole 14 minutes.
Longer getting you to do the intro.
Shut up. Steals. Wiffle in Southeast Michigan started a steal rule, Josh and Patrick, where in a game there is a limited amount of steals, say no more than 2 to 3. You cannot steal home. During the pitcher's windup, the runner has to yell steal prior to performing the act of stealing. And if the ball hits the strike zone, then they are out. If the ball does not hit the strike zone, they are safe. So, this question goes to Mr. Current Commissioner. Please tell me, would you agree to stealing based upon these terms?
No. I'll tell you why. I see a lot of holes where that could be taken advantage. And unless we spend hours and hours with the rule book and adjusting this rule, it would never work. Because pitch goes in, yell steal, player hits the ball. What's the rule there? There's so many different situations that will affect. And I just don't see it working out well. It might work out well with Wiffle in Southeast Michigan because of their players, but here I don't believe they would.
Okay, and that is time. Mr. Smith, the question goes to you. What would you do?
I think it should be allowed. It's something that's been beta tested for 1 year in Wiffle Southeast Michigan, and then they had a whole nother season where it's worked very well. They've tried to get other leagues to do it. Some maybe have tinkered with it with some success. But I think given that we have a slow pitch format now, maybe to make the game a little more exciting from time to time, to take the pressure off of, we don't have fast pitch anymore, is to have this. And it could put a runner in a scoring position that could otherwise not be able to get there and really change the course of the game. I don't think it would be that complex to annotate the rule book in order to make that work effectively.
All right, and I need to tell you are 3 seconds over time, sir.
I want to tell you
Thank
to
you.
gobble nobble my balls.
So I get a rebuttal, right?
Yes, you do get a rebuttal due to that.
For 3 seconds.
I think the excitement
That's
factor
it.
does not
I think that
to making this huge rule
Not
change
as
that
inside
could be
job.
taking advantage of. I think that it just creates too many loopholes.
doesn't create any holes.
Understandable, sir. All right, and that ends our debate. And let me see who the winner is.
Me. God bless America.
Well,
We didn't have closing statements.
After
Yeah, we didn't have
closing
closing.
statements then. Okay, fine. Mr. Smith, you may begin your closing argument.
How long do we get for 30
30
seconds?
seconds.
Are you timing it now?
Yeah, I'm timing it now. When you speak.
Yes. I would like to thank my opponent, the current commissioner, Patrick Rail. Fuck him. And I would like to say, Jeremy, you can gobble my balls. And I clearly won this. It's in the bag. I'm going to put it on my mantle. Did I say gobble my balls?
Yes, you did.
Did I say gargle my balls?
Your time is up, sir.
You didn't say time, so it doesn't
time
matter. Doesn't count if you didn't say
now
time.
up. All right. 30 seconds. You get 0.68 seconds for a rebuttal if need be.
Got my balls.
All right. Mr. Rayo, you may now begin.
I'd like to thank Jeremy Litton on the fine job he's done moderating. He's really stepped up to the plate.
I detect sarcasm.
I'd like to thank Josh for being here tonight, even though the Battle Litz wasn't with him, essentially. I'd like to thank the Wiffle people, because I think come November, they know the right choice. It's Patrick Brill, 2016.
What do you mean, Wiffle people?
You're already commissioner. You're not competing.
Yeah, you're not.
No,
You're
I'm
not
running for president.
You're not commissioner elect.
I'm leaving
Your
the league
time is
behind.
now up. All right, and the winner of the current debate is
Patrick Brill.
It's tied. Hold on, let me decide this. I've got a coin, and I shall decide this.
What is this, the Iowa caucus?
It might be
You
inspired.
suck, caucus.
And it is heads.
We didn't
Josh Smith wins.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and
I
say
called him
that
ahead.
I was stolen of this debate, and
I told people you left.
I'd like to tell Josh to gobble my balls off that way.
And that is all for tonight's debate. Thank you for tuning in. We will be back for more in the coming months.
Right after this break.
Right after this break.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that pretty much sums up what we have to talk about on this episode of the Hallowiffle League podcast. We have a lot to look forward to this year. It's a new, exciting endeavor we're on. We're going to have a lot of new experiences. We're going to meet a lot of new people, have some new teams, new players. If you're an old player and you're up in the air about participating, stick it out. Come out for a tournament or two. It's way less commitment than what it was before. We're all still friends. Let's hang out. And let's make this work. New people, you've always been on the fence. I hate to be all NPR, brother, can you spare a dime about it, but you've been watching, you've been asking, stop talking about it, get involved, get a team or get in our free agency. I'm going to be on the website creating that so that we can connect with individual players so we can make that happen and get them connected on the teams. Stop watching, get involved. Just a reminder, we have the free tournament, preseason tournament, March 27th, which is the last Saturday in March. Let us know you're going to be there. You don't have to register. We'll create a Facebook event page so that we can network to find out who all is going to be there so you can get the information. If you have any questions for us, contact us at huntingtonwiffle@gmail.com. Our website's still up and running, huntingtonwiffleball.com. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Get into contact with us.
Next month we go to Snapchat.
That's right.
Snapchat. What are we, like 15?
Oh yeah.
Snapchats. Signing off.
Oh, wait. I would also like to add, you can also contribute to these wonderful podcasts we make. Not monetarily, of course. We won't ask you to do that. But if you have any actual questions, comments, concerns, again, please...
Or you'd like to be a guest.
Yes, or a guest. We would love you on. Please contact us at huntingtonwiffleball.com or through email or Facebook, Twitter.
And also, I think we're going to try to do more lightning rounds like we had.
Yeah, these podcasts go on too long.
Just to get the conversation going. So if you have any questions you want us to answer, no matter wiffle ball related or not, feel free to post them on the website. We will get to them in the lightning round. I mean, me and Josh really don't have a shy bone in our body. We don't get embarrassed that easily, so we'll say what we want to say.
I would also like people that debate that don't bash the moderator.
Well, if the moderator would do his job, Yeah,
if
there'd be no bashing.
if the
But again,
tomatoes
thank
would
you.
just shut up.
We're going to try to have one phone interview per podcast, too. We're going to try to announce them on the website a couple days in advance to give you guys a chance to ask any questions you'd like to be on the show. But we're also looking for people that are interested in writing on the website. So as the season starts and you got something to say, let us know. Your voice will be heard as long as it's not insane. Signing off, I'm your host, Josh Smith. With me, my co-host and commissioner,
Patrick Rell.
and the producer,
Jeremy Litton.
We will talk to you soon next month in episode 19.
Peace.
Jump down, turn around, pick a bell gun. Jump down, turn around, pick a bell day. Oh Lord, I pick a bell gun. Oh Lord, I pick a bell day.
Do you want to listen to more HWL podcasts? Hell yeah! Then go to HuntingtonWhiffleball.com and click on podcast.